Seems like people are eager to do absolutely anything to become famous these days. Now, the real question is, though, how crazy does something have to be in order to become relevant enough to be officially recognized as a Guinness record? Well, there have been times in which people did all sorts of things and still did not get the recognition they thought they deserved. And then there are other people who surprisingly got recognized in categories that I never thought were possible. So in today's video, we're gonna look at 10 of the craziest Guinness records, and we're gonna see how 10 different people broke records in crazy and unusual ways. Number 10. Lifting weights with the tongue. Lifting weights is usually associated with using our arms or legs to exercise and grow our muscles. It honestly never crossed my mind that it'd be possible to do it with your tongue. Honestly, I feel like the tongue is so small that it could easily break or rip off. Don't you think so? Well, apparently, lifting weights with the tongue is indeed possible, and there's someone who broke the record of the heaviest weight lifted by a tongue. The record was set by Thomas Blackthorne from the UK while he was participating at El Show Olímpico in Mexico City on August 1st of 2008. He earned his title after lifting 12.5 kilos with his tongue. That's not a lot when you use your arms, mind you, but it's definitely a lot for the human tongue. I wonder if someone can beat this crazy record in the near future without having their entire tongue ripped out. Number 9. The tallest mohawk. If you want to get someone's attention, you can break one of the world's Guinness records, or you can also get a crazy haircut, or even do both. Kinda like the guy in this picture. His name is Kazuhiro Watanabe, and he is a Japanese fashion designer. And in case you haven't figured it out, this guy earned a spot on this list by getting the world's tallest mohawk. According to the world's Guinness record, this guy's hairdo is 3 feet and 8.6 inches tall. It's a bit longer, and that hairstyle could easily be as tall as a human being. This picture was taken in New York for the 2013 version of the annual Book of World Guinness Records. If your name makes it to this book, then you're officially a big deal. I really do wonder how long I need to wait for my mohawk to be higher than Kazuhiro's, but I'm sure that my hair wouldn't look nearly as cool as he does, especially since my hair is naturally curly. Number 8. Longest solo performance. Who doesn't love a great music performance? I'm sure we all gone to nice concerts at least once in our lives. And well, if you haven't done so, then I do hope you attend one of these events pretty soon. Live music is amazing. However, all great events come to an end, and sometimes we wish concerts would last more than just a couple of hours. The experience is so good that we wish it would never end. If you love drum performances, then I'm sure you'll wish you had been at the Rhythm Therapy Hall in Kerala, India back in 2009. This is when a man named Kusamanam Ramakrishnan gave us the world's longest solo performance. And just how long is the longest? Well, his show lasted 501 hours, which is almost 21 days long. That's insane by any normal standard, and that's longer than a regular music festival even. This is the overall longest record in the music marathons category. And if that was enough, Kusamanam also holds the record for the longest marathon hand drumming. I bet your jam sessions never last that long, do they? Number 7. Most expensive music single. How do you buy or sell a song these days? I guess no one even thinks of that anymore, as we all have Spotify, iTunes, or YouTube to help us find and share any music we want. Or, you could just, yar it. We don't endorse that, though. However, there was a dark time in which people would have to buy the music they wanted. Sure, they had the radio, but that meant they had to wait until their favorite song would play. And in the very old days, people would buy 7-inch vinyl records of their favorite album or single, which was only one song recording and not even a full album. However, the most expensive of them all was sold back in 2009 for the ridiculous price of 25,742 UK pounds, which was the equivalent of almost 40,000 US dollars. It was an unreleased single called Do I Love You by Frank Wilson from the year 1965. The buyer chose to remain anonymous, but the seller's name was Kenny Burrell. Really though, it doesn't matter what people say. If you manage to sell an old record for thousands of dollars, then I'm sure you earn the title of record expert. Number 6. Longest abdominal plank. Exercising is good for your mind and your body. Only a couple minutes every day can make a big difference in the long run. And when it comes to planks, only a few seconds every day can help you develop core strength as time goes by. Personally, I can't hold a plank for more than even a couple of minutes, let alone a whole hour. But then there's this man from China named George Hood who managed to hold a plank for 8 hours and 15 minutes back in February of 2020. As soon as he finished, he did some push-ups to let everyone know that he's interested in breaking a push-up related record in the near future. Number 5. Bed of nails sandwich. What is a bed of nails sandwich? Okay, I feel like I'm gonna regret figuring this out. Okay, how do you break a record in this category? Well, the name's pretty much self-explanatory. This activity, or torture, or discipline, whatever you want to call it, requires people to lay on top of each other while putting beds of long, sharp nails in between them. The first person to break this record was Vispi Karate from India when he and his team managed to sandwich people in between 5 layers of beds of nails. They've broken the records 4 times since they first accomplished it back in 2011. Will they add more layers in the future, and would you join them to help add more layers of people? Honestly though, it doesn't seem like there are many people interested in breaking this crazy record. And please, if you're considering challenging this team, I just hope you try it with professional guidance. This isn't one of those records that you try to break at home with your own or with your friends. Number 4. Most plastic surgeries. How far would you go to change your body? Far enough to break a world record? Far enough to get a lot in debt? Well, that's what Cindy Jackson accomplished after spending almost $100,000 on more than 47 cosmetic procedures. She immediately became the person with the most plastic surgeries in 2005 after almost 2 decades of endless surgeries. Some of the medical procedures that she's been through include 9 full-scale surgical operations, 3 full facelifts, 2 eye lifts, liposuctions, 2 nose operations, lip and cheek implants, chin bone reduction, and really so much more. She even got surgery to get semi-permanent makeup on her. It sounds like Cindy was trying hard to find the most perfect version of herself. I just hope you all know that we don't need plastic surgery to be perfect. We're all good-looking people just the way we are. But hey, if you really want to spend your money on plastic surgery, go for it. Though I doubt you'll ever top Cindy's record. Number 3. Most body piercings. Just like tattoos, body piercings are a form of self-expression that allows everyone to decorate their bodies in many creative ways. And if you think you have a lot of body piercings, I'm still sure you don't have as many as Elaine Davidson, a Brazilian woman who has 462 piercings on her body, and 192 of them are on her face alone. She's not only the most pierced woman in the world, but she's in fact the human with the most piercings ever. She has more than Rolf Buchholz from Germany, who has 453 piercings, who is the most pierced man in the world. It's been more than 20 years since Elaine broke the records, and it doesn't seem like anyone's gonna beat her accomplishments in the near future. Now it's time for today's best pick. The picture I chose for today shows us something you can accomplish if you manage to go above the Earth's atmosphere. That being number 2. The highest skydive jump. I'm not sure we should really call this skydiving. It's more like space diving, really. And the highest skydive jump in the world was performed by a Google executive named Alan Eustace in 2014. This insane guy jumped from an altitude of about 135,000 feet. He says that doing this jump was beautiful, as he was able to see the darkness of space and the layers of the atmosphere. But this record sounds pretty scary. Alan was free falling for 5 minutes before he finally deployed his parachute. Personally, I never thought it would take that long to make it all the way down to the ground. Before Alan, the person who held the record was Felix Baumgartner from Austria. And when he did his jump, he pretty much became the pioneer in this type of free-falling. He also earned the title of the highest vertical speed in freefall and the highest freefall parachute jump. I'm very impressed by Alan's accomplishments, but I guess we gotta give a lot of credit to Felix, too. Breaking a record that is already established is not as scary as attempting new things as Felix did during his jump. 1. Loudest snoring. And a crazy list has to end with a crazy record, right? And that's why I'm showing you the record of the loudest snoring in the world. But how in the world do you measure that? Can it be louder than your roommates or your dad snoring? Sound is measured in decibels, and there are devices that you can use to determine how loud sounds are. The loudest snoring in the world was recorded at a hospital in Sweden back in 1993. It was a person named Care Walker who suffered from apnea, a breathing disorder that makes people snore. Care's snoring was so loud that it recorded peak levels of 93 decibels, which is louder than a running lawnmower. That can even be considered disturbing for a neighborhood, so I don't think anyone could ever beat this record, unless of course you know someone who snores that loudly. These are all the crazy Guinness records I have for you today. Which one was your favorite? Do you think you can ever beat one of these? Or what kind of record could you potentially break one day? Let us know in the comments section down below. With all that said and done, that's our video for today, folks, and I will see you all next time. Later, everybody.